Hello, this is a tutorial video of sorts. This is me playing Terran versus Protoss. Protoss full rush. This is me versus an AI. This was requested from Team Liquid, so I'm just recording this and posting it as Team Liquid because someone asked nicely, and I was like, hey, you know what? I can record a video of me trying to play against an AI, so uh, why not make a video of it? And the game loaded faster than I thought it was going to. One thing I would like to say is that I'm going to be recording this on the assumption that, like, I'm playing this like a ladder game, so I don't have any idea what my opponent is doing. Like, I do know that, yes, I set the AI to full rush, but I'm going to play on the assumption that I'm not going to know that they're going to be full rush, and I'm going to play the game from there. So, I'll probably be playing my usual mech style, so if any of you guys have seen in my other StarCraft videos, you'll know that mech's usually my style of choice. Against Protoss, typically speaking, most people don't play mech against, well, I don't know if I say most people, but I think Bile's more common than mech for sure. And I'm going to try to explain my thought process here. But basically, it's going to boil down to me trying to out macro the computer and just crush them with superior numbers. I would say that, oh yeah, I'm going to try and use intelligent decision making, but that's kind of a tautology. Not a tautology. It's like by saying tautology, it's like, oh yeah, I always use intelligent decision making. That's not the point I'm trying to get across. I think what I'm trying to say is that anyone's going to try to play to the best of their capabilities. So I'm going to send this SCV to out scout. Normally what people would do is they would probably get a Reaper instead. Reapers usually make better scouts. I typically, like, I just don't play with Reapers. So that's not, that's not something I'm going to go ahead and get. And I got my command center too early, and yeah, I need to do this. Whoops. And disclaimer right now, I'm not the best player, so I do make mistakes. But hopefully that should be inspiring, because that way you can say, hey, this guy made mistakes too, but I can, still beat the game. Alright. Oops. Oh. Is that something? Okay, there is a probe. Oh, okay, so I see this. I see two gateways. I'm like, okay, that's a bit weird. Is that another gateway? So right now I see three gateways. I'm like, okay, that's very fishy for sure. So what I'm going to do is go down, bunker up. Based on this knowledge, I'm fine making those those decisions. Because before, I didn't know what the enemy was doing, but now that I've scouted and I've seen three gateways, I know that there's a rush coming, or at very least he's not taking another base, so I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that there might be something up. So I'd probably do two bunkers at the very least, and if I was very scared, I'd build them up here, but I'm feeling pretty confident that I can deal whatever the AI is going to be dishing out. Alright. I need to get some SCVs down here too, just in case they, well, they're going to come to attack. So we want the SCVs down by the front of the ramp to repair. I'm not sure if I can get a tank out in time. What is going on here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a mine instead of getting my tank. Because as of right now, I'm not entirely sure when they're going to be coming down to attack, but I don't want to wait for the tanks. That might not... Oh, here they come. Okay, so they're not going to want to push into that, I don't think. So we definitely got, we bought the time that we were interested in having. Alright, so after the southern mine, I'm pretty confident that we'll have the required defense to hold this off, so I'm not going to be too concerned after this, but you never know what's going to happen. I'm recording this blind right now too. I didn't practice this at all, so there's a chance that they're gonna kill me. With that being said, I'm not gonna upload unless I succeed. So something to keep in mind. All right, so now that I have what I want, I'm gonna build Tech Lab reactor. Because if two bunkers, two mines, I am very confident that the computer won't be able to break that. At least not easily. They'll probably break it soon enough, though. See, and that's the thing. You don't want to get too passive for your defenses. Because this might be a sufficient defense for the moment, but they will be coming around soon enough. Unless we get tank production, we're going to be fine. Now I'll have to do this another, what's more bio play too, because this is a little bit atypical against what you do against Protoss. I would say it's not actually like impossible, but I'd say it's atypical. I think most people would usually like sprinkle in cyclones as well. I haven't used the new cyclone enough to feel comfortable using it, so I'm not going to. My location hotkeys. And I should probably start thinking about upgrades pretty soon. Because upgrades make a huge defense, or huge difference, sorry. Throw down a couple armories. And one thing, again, I would like to stress, like, this is not optimized by any stretch of the imagination. So, be careful if you do want to take this for yourself. Because it won't necessarily be... Oh, I don't have the armory, that's right. So there will be errors and inconsistencies. But I'm hoping that it will be sufficient enough that I should get you ready to play your first game. So normally what I would do now is, because I have this much, I have 2 tanks and a few mines, I'm gearing up to take my 3rd. At this point, I started thinking about attacking, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Because again, I don't know when the enemy's going to attack, right? Okay, so try and climb Watchtower first. Okay, so no one there. Good. I might break on these other watchtowers. The other thing too is you want to make sure you're right on top of macro. As you can see, my money's climbing up quite a bit, so my macro is slipping. So I want to try and spend my money as quickly as possible. And while I'm doing that, I gotta keep tabs, make sure my army's doing what I want it to do. So that's everything seems to be going just ducky. One thing I forgot to do too is I, excuse me, I should have bought a engineering bay. So if he did it like Oracle-based place, I would have been very. Oh shoot. Okay, so this is what we call this poor control. So I didn't burrow my mines at all, and this is gonna be really bad. These guys are probably gonna die actually. Okay. So that's very interesting. So I'm gonna assume normally they should have like destroyed the tank. So the fact that they didn't go in there and kill the tank was very unusual, and I could have lost right off, right there and then. It might have been close because I had enough tanks at home. But normally they would have just went ahead and killed that. Yeah, here they come. And we want to get blue flame as well. You can salvage these 2 because the marines are dead. Alright, so now with that first attack, I gained information, so I kind of have a better idea of like what he's doing or what he's up to. So I can start making more informed decisions. And we probably want to get put some defense over there too. Alright, so normally what we would do is I'd probably put some of these guys over here, just so that way we can reinforce very quickly if we need to. And once my upgrade's finished, that's probably when I'm going to go push again. And hopefully I can kill them with that push. So they aren't going any Stargate tech, and this is like when you have to be careful too. And this is why like actually it'd be wise to spend a scan to see what their army composition, because Terran's got some very good scouting information. So if I scan the base, I see gateways, robotics facility. I don't see any Stargates, and I see the Templar tech. So it's like, okay, they're doing a ground-based army. So what I'm doing should be sufficient for fighting the enemy. The enemy Protoss. Alright, so I don't know what that was. That's probably just a probe. And that didn't go over there. Okay, so my upgrades did finish. So we can think about pushing again. And this would probably kill them just because it's, oh. Okay, so my Hellbats can't get through. That's the thing, I had no idea when the computer would attack. Normally would be... Here's... And this is one of the things where it's like, do as I say, not what I do. What would probably be ideal is to, scout before you attack, or at least, like, scan or something. That being said, by doing, like, just, like, this kind of play, like, it should show that as long as you have, like, solid macro, you can get away with some, like, poor decision-making. And that's the thing, too. Part of the reason why I make these these mistakes anyways is because I'm too focused on just, like, make sure all my stuff's out. or I'm macroing properly, trying to spend my money. That's very important. I'm gonna get some Thors too, because I do like Thors. And I think they're alright against Protoss. Okay, so they're scared. So we've basically broken them at this point. They can't necessarily fight this. This is too many units. So we'll split our tanks up over as here as well. You don't want all your tanks budged up, because that way it's easy to I was gonna say jump the tanks, but I don't know if that's necessarily the word I'm looking for. Because once they get their zealots into the tanks, then they can easily destroy them. The other thing too is you want to make sure your tanks aren't protected. So by going down for the Protoss down there, he could have swung in with his zealots if he had a bunch and just like brutalize me. All right, so I don't even need to do anything right here because that's their army. We do need more supply depots though. And we still didn't get an engineering bay. That was probably the biggest thing. So if he went... Oh, these are done. That's probably one of the biggest weaknesses. If he went any Stargate play at all, we would have been in some serious trouble. Okay, so he should be close to breaking. That'll be the end of this game. So hopefully that gives you some enlightenment as to what you can do to defeat the enemy Protoss. Because everyone knows, like, you know, everyone knows that I can't form coherent sentences. That's the main takeaway from this. Okay, so right now I can't even get vision up here because the tanks are blocking the way. And that's the thing. I know I've won this, so my plays become very sloppy. I'm going to come up with the remaining units, and that should be all she wrote, basically. I don't know why the computer's still in here. They should be surrendering very soon. So we're going to get our tanks up in the classic Terran high position. My macros even slipped too, because I'm just like, yeah, man, we've got this. Alright, and there we go. Again, I'm still flabbergasted as to why they're in here, but that's alright. I can take this time to talk about myself or whatever, because, you know, I like to have a bit of an ego problem. No, and I still didn't get the engineering bay. And I should do another video, because normally, even when you play mech, even though I did mostly just factory units, like, I should have gotten the engineering bay. Like, I can't understate this enough. If he went, like, oracles or something else, like, this would have been a very different story. And no, that's... oh my goodness, sub home slice. I was not expecting that. And I completely lost my train of thought. It can't be understated. Back to Canada, raise hell. That's awesome. Can't be stated enough that like if he opened oracles, like I would have been really up Creekfell Palace. So he must take an extra base here that I wasn't aware of. Because he hasn't surrendered yet. Normally the computer likes to surrender. So now this is just mop up at this point. So I'm going to talk about more about the little mech opening then, assuming he doesn't surrender right away. Is that normally what you would have to do, man, it's funking out. Look at that. Thors are glitched out. This is it. This is video evidence. There you go, GG. Okay, well, so much for talking about mech openings, but hopefully that video was enlightening for you guys. And thanks for watching.